A fun new event featuring a brand new Pokemon is coming to Pokemon GO, and it is going to be the Carnival of Flamigo. And I'm going to be talking about all the details for this event in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video, and I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So, we gotta talk about this Carnival of Flamigo event, which is going to be happening in the month of February, and I will say that this event is pretty simple. It's not necessarily going to be a crazy event featuring some awesome bonuses or some crazy new Pokemon that you absolutely need to get. Yes, there is going to be a Pokemon debut, but it's not necessarily going to be one of those that a lot of players are going to be clamoring to get. But the very nice thing is, it's not going to be raid locked, and it's not going to be locked behind 7-kilometer eggs, which is something that Niantic has definitely done a lot in the past. But this is going to be something you will just be able to go out and get, which I personally really like. And just in general, it's a very fun themed event, and it doesn't necessarily have to be crazy. I don't really like the idea of every single in-game event having to be better than the one that was right before it. Sometimes it's just a way to just switch things up within the game, and I think I'm totally okay with that. But regardless, let's go over the details for this event so you could judge for yourself, and then afterwards let me share some more thoughts regarding this event. The Carnival of Flamigo event is going to be starting on February 3rd at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until February 8th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. And the featured Pokemon for this event is going to be Lotad, Spritzee, as well as the new Pokemon Flamigo. Now, for both Lotad and Spritzee, we're actually going to be seeing a boosted shiny rate during this event, and I'll talk more about that later. Now, the major theme of this event seems to be involving incense, because with the event bonuses, you're going to be getting double the incense duration, and also double the duration for the daily adventure incense. And you're going to get 500 additional Stardust when you catch Flamigo, and then you're going to have an increased shiny chance for Lotad, Spritzee, as well as Pick-a-Peck. And let's talk about the wild encounters, because of course, they're going to involve all of these Pokemon. You're going to see Lotad, Baniri, as well as Pick-a-Peck, and then as an uncommon spawn rate, you're going to see Spritzee as well as Flamigo. Yeah, right away you can see that Flamigo, the new Pokemon, is not going to be locked behind premium content like raid battles or hatching eggs. So yeah, you're just going to be able to go out and catch this new Pokemon, which I think is a huge plus. And then there's also going to be a collection challenge during this event, which is going to award you with experience, Stardust, as well as encounters with event-themed Pokemon. And then there's also going to be a timed research during this event, and it's going to give you 2 incense, Stardust, as well as encounters with event-themed Pokemon. And then for $4.99 USD, and for once, they're actually showing the price of this paid timed research ticket, you're going to be able to get 1 star piece, an event-themed avatar pose, as well as encounters with event-themed Pokemon. For $4.99, I will say this one is not necessarily that worth it unless you really want the avatar pose, which my guess is that it's going to be somewhat similar to Flamigo's pose. You're probably going to look like a flamingo, so if that's something that interests you, then it's going to cost you $5. Alright, so if you look at the discourse online regarding this event, certainly there are a lot of players who are disappointed. They feel like this event is quite boring, even though they are introducing a new Pokemon and boosting the shiny rates of a few Pokemon, which personally I feel like that by itself does create a lot of hype around events like this, mainly because we're not really asking for that kind of stuff. It's just stuff that Niantic is doing. And personally, I think this event is fine. It's not meant to be something game-changing. I feel like it's just a very fun, simple event. Now, when it comes to the new Pokemon, Flamigo, I think it's a pretty interesting Pokemon. I don't necessarily feel like this is going to be one of those Pokemon that is going to make massive changes within the Go Battle League or with the raid battles. It's just meant to be a fun Pokemon, and I think it's totally okay for it to make its debut during this event. And also, getting some Pokemon in the past having shiny boosted rates, that's also a really big plus. Personally, I would really like to get myself a shiny Lotad. I do have a shiny Ludicolo, but I would like to get more. it's one of those shinies that I actually do not have a lot of, mainly because it did have our limited research day in the past, and I think that was an event that I completely missed. And because of that, I don't have a lot of shiny Lotads or Ludicolo's in my collection. So I would definitely like to get one. Maybe if I'm lucky, it'll be a high IV. But yeah, regardless, it's a very fun, simple event. Yeah, that's really all I really have to say about it. It's not meant to be game-changing. I don't think every event has to be. If that's how you feel, then I can totally see why you would be constantly disappointed. I think all you really have to do is just kind of set your expectations a little bit lower, and you're always going to have fun with all of these in-game events. That's my personal opinion on it, mainly because I've been really enjoying Pokemon Go as of late, and it's because when it comes to in-game events, I haven't really set the bar extremely high. I know that a lot of the hype should be drawn towards big events like Pokemon Go Fest and Go Tour, so yeah, I kind of save all my energy for that. But yeah, that might not be the case for a whole bunch of players out there. If that happens to be you, I would like to know your opinions. So make sure you share them in the comments below, what you think about this event. If you feel disappointed, definitely share your reasons why. And yeah, let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. Also, real quick, make sure you go and check out the links in the description below. One of them is to my Patreon page. And if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, you could do so by becoming a Patreon member, because I add all of my patrons to my Pokemon Go friends list. So that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, all that good stuff. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, go and check out my Patreon. And also, if you want to get a cool shirt just like this one, actually this specific one right here, go and check out my Etsy store. A link to that is also in the description below. I'm actually doing it as kind of like a side hustle, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff related to K-pop and anime on there, and maybe you'll find something you'll like. So make sure you go and check it out. And that's going to be it for this video. Nothing much else to say, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be a fun event. But yeah, I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.